Good morning. Welcome to the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM, streaming live on the web at WLCNonline.com. Scott Kirby, Jake Johnston, Joe Ryan, Lloyd Kirby behind the camera, and as always, Jim Ash producing this fine show.
And we're back.
We are at Graue Chevrolet here in the showroom. It's way too hot to be outside.
I don't know what they've got some cars moving here.
Yeah, they got the lot all redone, painted up. So
it's going to be hard on a dealership.
Yeah, to move all those cars.
Move all them cars.
I think it's more hard on the employees.
Yep. 20 seconds.
It would be hard on the employees.
20 seconds in. 20 seconds in.
20 seconds.
20 seconds in.
That's all it took for him.
Yeah.
He's a showstopper.
He's something. Joe, welcome back to Illinois.
Thank you. We put the S in Illinois.
Yes, you do. Thanks for showing up today. We appreciate whenever you're here.
Thank you.
Guys, let's talk a little NFL. I talked to Jim earlier. We're going to try to do this fantasy football thing again through the radio station. It was a flop last year.
Here we go. I think it was.
You know what? Who would have thought this was a flop? Something.
You know what? I think it was a flop because it was a late announcement,
and we did it. What, 2 weeks into the season?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was,
some of those things will start before the season.
Well,
I'm just saying.
A lot of them do.
Yeah.
The prior year
was fantastic.
I thought was quite successful.
Yeah. So we're going to try it again. We'll have more information coming up. We're just, getting we'll let you know the week before. But no, if it
we'll talk to you about it during the holiday tournament.
If it's something that you're interested in, go to our Facebook page, look us up, Cheap Seats, send us a message saying that it's something you'd like to do, and we're going to get this put together, time and date, place, and we'll run with it. We'll see about getting some prizes and hopefully have a good turnout.
Beer.
But football right around the corner, fellas. Training camp going to be starting here in a couple weeks. Actually, maybe about a week or so.
We get our credentials for that? Jim?
Jim, credentials.
Lloyd?
Bourbonnais. Oh, yeah.
Lloyd says we're in.
We're working on that stuff.
All right.
Testing.
Are we back?
And we are back. But training camp right around the corner. Just some other quick NFL news. Brett Favre will be inducted into the Packers Hall of Fame with his jersey retired.
As he should be.
He should, absolutely.
And they're renaming the number 4 to the number Favre.
Number Favre.
Was that your own joke? Did you put that together yourself?
No.
Oh,
that is completely stolen.
Did you get that from Loin?
Loin. Then,
let's back up the Favre a minute, though. You know what? There's some Packer fans that now don't like Favre.
Oh, yeah.
And, and their fans have always hated Favre, but just from a football perspective.
Well, they didn't like him when he was winning Super Bowls.
Well, I got to tell you, from a football fan perspective, man, Favre was a stud. That guy was fun to watch. He made things happen. He played every week. He was a tough guy on the field. I know he retired 4 times and had a few problems, but a lot of people have.
Favre times.
Yeah. Some Favre time. It was hard on him.
It would have been hard on him. You know?
It would be, being that old and not being wanted and hated.
Having your cell phone messed up.
Taking pictures.
Well, I think it made it easier for the Packer fans to be against him strictly because they had Aaron Rodgers chucking touchdowns, making it pretty easy on them.
I think you're right about that.
Continue to not worry about a QB.
You're not right very often, but I think you're right about that.
That is correct.
You said you came unprepared today. That
was good stuff right there.
You got a mind full of information. You don't even need to come. You don't even need.
And I'm done.
Useless to some people.
Good day.
Gold to others.
Demaryius Thomas and Des Bryant, they get 5-year deals. There was a whole big issue right there. The Cowboys and the Broncos were being accused of collusion, whatever that means. Kind of, I guess, tampering with the free agent market, trying to hold off on signing them to get them cheaper, but they got their deals, so they'll be showing up at training camp. And
well, I mean,
what do you think?
I think they probably, deserve it. I think that's way too much money for anyone, but I don't know.
Des Bryant, they're both good year.
Yeah, that's the thing about
out of 6.
And those guys, though, they
can take over a game.
Yeah, but they have to get their money when they can get it because they're just very dispensable. You know, I mean, those teams will just throw them away. So I understand why they ask for so much. And you know what? We talked before about it's all about winning right now in the NFL. Yeah. If they can get one Super Bowl out of it, it was well worth all their money. If they don't, then they don't.
Or it's like you said, sustained playoff run even. So.
Yeah, and their season could end in one play. And if you sign that franchise tag for 1 year, $14 million, I couldn't live off that. But, you know, you get hurt, you're done.
Yeah, that's why.
And, you know, so now they've got, like, I think Des Bryant's getting $45 million guaranteed. Demarius, like 43 guaranteed money, which in the NFL, nothing's guaranteed. Your contract's not guaranteed. You know, you could be there 1 year and on a 5-year deal, and they cut you the next. So they got to get their money when they can.
Tony Simple told me one time that, you know, you have to understand, Joe, that they've got a team of people that every year are going out and looking for someone to replace him. And so, you know, every year you're dispensable. They find somebody they can pay a cheaper amount of money to, you're gone. You know, they're going to get rid of you. And you have to go get your money when you can. So I understand why they do it. But
absolutely,
it's a bunch of money to pay somebody that's, like you said, has had one good season.
Yeah. I mean, he's had good seasons, but to this caliber of seasons, the question, I don't believe he has. You know, you look at guys like Brandon Marshall, who, you know, has had good seasons. You know, historically, almost every year puts up big numbers every year. But had the same issues Bryant does. Is he worth that kind of money?
Is it the headache in the clubhouse?
Yeah,
is he worth that? Because sometimes that can bring a football team down.
Well, that's the reason Detroit washed their hands of him. Basically, they just kicked him.
Yeah,
so,
bad news.
You know, it was interesting, but in Cowboy land, I guess that's the way they do.
The Cowboys have done some different things.
They do what they do.
Kind of like those Raiders. You know what I mean?
All right, that's enough football talk. Let's move on to MLB. Home Run Derby Monday night. Todd Frazier, the hometown hero, he wins that. Do you guys like the new format?
Loved it.
Yeah, I did too. I liked it.
Yeah, I thought that, you know, sped the game up. It made it more interesting. I mean, you're sitting there watching the clock, and, you know, he needs 2 homers to tie or take a lead, and, you know, you're into it. Whereas in the past, you know, they may take 6 or 7 pitches before they find one that they like.
I think that the fear of rain actually helped this whole process, because it was supposed to be they were going to have 5 minutes. They were going to have a choice between 2 different bonuses, and they were going to have 2 timeouts. The fear of rain made MLB say, you know what, we're going to cut this back to 4 minutes. You're getting this bonus, and you only get 1 timeout. And I think it sped it up a little bit more, and I think it actually paid off pretty big. I mean, I know a lot of people that tuned in, they were kind of curious about it, and then after 10 minutes, they've already seen 2, and they were already starting the third person hitting. I think it made it much quicker, much faster pace. It was fun to watch.
Well, you put them in brackets, and there's competition per round, you know, because I have to win this round to advance. Whereas in the past, they take the top 4 home runs out of, you know, or whatever it was it 8 or 10 batters. But so I thought it sped it up a little bit, made it more interesting.
I did like Albert Pujols' comments afterwards, saying there was no way I was going to let a Chicago Cub beat me. Which I thought was kind of funny.
Whatever.
And he still holds a little grudge against the Cubbies, and he's in the other league.
Good. Hope he does the rest of his life. But anyway, what was I going to say? Now you got me all sidetracked. New format.
Listen to Loin help you along.
That's what we have these.
Do you give him any of your check?
Cheap seats.
Just the percentage.
I was just going to say, he ought to be drawing 25% of your check.
The All-Star game Tuesday night, American League won 6-2, 6-3? 6-2. So they're going to have the home field advantage against whoever's playing the Cubs in the World Series. So don't know who that's going to be yet, but they'll have home field advantage, but that's not going to matter.
I know Loin didn't help you with that.
Well, he said Phillies, but no, that's not.
Phillies are tied for the best record after the All-Star break right now.
Oh, they're 1-0. Absolutely good. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, Loin.
Too bad they couldn't hit the reset button.
People need things to feel good about.
That's why we have you.
When I'm around, you already feel better about yourself.
We take a look at you, and that makes me feel a lot much better.
I know. I wish I could sit in the middle.
The big question coming out of Chicago is: are they going to release some of these prospects to bring in some big name pitching and whatnot? And I don't know if that's going to happen.
I don't think they'll release some money before they'll release some prospects.
Yeah.
We've got some young pitchers down in the minors that are looking pretty good, and they'll be ready in a year or two.
It's still more of your hitting. I think it's looking pretty good. But
our hitting, but I think they'll make a move here in the next couple weeks. They're going to have to go find another starter. They need to find a closer. But everybody does. The other
that's the thing, though.
Too.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of teams still in this. Right now, I'd say right at 20 teams, still thinking, hey, we've got as good of a shot as the Cubs do right now of making it to the playoffs. And if you make it to the playoffs, you're rolling the dice. I mean, how many wild cards have won the World Series here in the last few years?
And you got 2 wild cards, and everybody's fighting just to get that second wild card because it's a one game you're in. And, so it's still wide open, and there's a lot of baseball to be played. So that comes to my another part of this, second half predictions. Who do you see, finishing strong? Obviously, the Cardinals, they're getting healthy now. They got Holiday back.
Yeah, I said at the beginning of the year I thought Pittsburgh was going to win the Central, so I'm sticking with that. They're hot as can be. I mean, they lost last night, but they're hot as can be, and they've got great hitting. Good pitching, great pitching.
So you think they're going to catch the Cardinals?
I think they will. They're only about 4 games out now.
4?
Yeah, they cut it pretty close there right before the All-Star break.
So we could have 2 wild card teams out of the Central. So
2,
yeah, Cardinals and the Cubs.
Oh, you're still counting on that?
Holy cow!
Wow,
you did come unprepared, didn't you?
We missed that.
Here comes our guests.
Is the Cubs going to be able to stay in front of Milwaukee?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Milwaukee's horrible.
2 wild cards. Right out of
the Central. Huh.
Yeah.
San Francisco and
the Mets.
San Francisco and the Dodgers. Neither one of those teams have a chance of making the wild card.
Nope.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Heard it right here. Bam.
You heard it here first.
2 wild card out of
our beloved Birds. They're needing to make a move too. They're talking about trying to get a first baseman, and I guess there's talks that Prince Fielder might be available.
Really?
And basically, they're trying to unload these contracts, so that would be an interesting guy to have in the STL.
But is he playing first base every day?
He's playing first base every day.
Is he really?
Yep.
Because
he's having a great year.
Yeah. Well,
right now,
he. Pretty much all last year he had his neck fused, and, so he missed a season. So he's healthy. How's he going to react second half? It's just like A-Rod had a spectacular first half just because he's on a year's rest. How's the second half going to play out?
Absolutely.
So, we'll just have to wait and see. But, hey, let's take a commercial break. We come back. We've got a couple of guests here ready to come on. They're supposed to enlighten us with their knowledge. So we'll get them on. So stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats on 96.3.
I'll let you guys get up and go to this, can't you?
Oh, yeah.
Get up and dance. You want to.
Get up.
He's the dancer.
Right there.
You can't even hear. I wish you had headphones on, Tank. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM. We are at Graue Chevrolet. We got a couple of guests with us this morning. Joe, why don't you introduce our guests, because you never let us know who's coming.
We're going to let them introduce themselves. Sitting next to me, I'll tell you their aliases.
Okay.
Sitting next to me is the alias, the Big Sexy.
Yes.
And tell them who you are.
Well, my name is Reid.
And Riley, the Big Sexy they called you in high school, right?
Yes.
Why was that? Do you remember?
Wait, why did they call you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Had to be sarcastic.
No, I mean, I'm a good-looking guy. What are you talking about?
You're a good-looking guy.
I mean, I may be a big guy, but I'm a good-looking one. So.
Compared to a lot of
Tank,
people, you're a good-looking guy.
Is he good-looking, Tank? Is he?
No comment.
Well, and then Tank, tell them who you are. Tank, these guys had nicknames.
My name is Anthony Cannon.
Anthony, you go by Anthony?
No, they still call me Tank in college as well.
They do? He's had the name Tank ever since I can remember.
Yeah.
Because he's just
built like one.
Right, and he runs people over like one.
Tank, pretty mean kid. You know what I mean? Both these guys are
on the field. Off the field, he's a teddy bear.
Okay, so let's tell everybody. Okay, so Tank, where are you at school at?
I am at Illinois College in Jacksonville, Illinois.
And you will be a junior?
Junior.
There you go. See, good memory by me. Big Sexy, where you at?
I'm at Quincy University in Quincy, Illinois, and I will also be a junior.
You're a junior.
Yeah.
And you're now I haven't heard. Let's go back in time. That right out of school, you guys both went right there to play, right? But let's talk about high school a little bit.
Yeah.
The Big Sexy, he was mean. You know, I mean, you're a mean kid when you got on the football field.
Oh yeah, but I was nice to you.
Well, you're a nice guy. So. Yeah, I don't think we ever argued.
He's a good kid, right?
Well, you always knew what you were talking about, so I didn't have to argue with you.
Yeah, I'd say the Big Sexy and I probably argued a little bit on the football field, but
just a tad.
But you know what? Yeah, he was a good football player. Mean, wanted to play, liked to knock people down. He's a pretty tough kid. And Tank, really, I will say this: we were always in awe of things Tank would pull off. And I mean that because we would be like, well, you know what? No way Tank can get there and make that play. How he would. Or you gave him the football, and all of a sudden he ran up the middle for 5 or 6 yards. And you didn't really know how he got there. Right, Tank?
I mean, I guess so.
Yeah. Well, it was true. You guys are both pretty good football players. So,
when did you start playing football in pads?
I started in 7th grade. I lived in Jacksonville when I was younger, and we didn't have football until that year. And I hated it when I first started. It was terrible.
Now, you played in Jacksonville?
Yeah, I played in Jacksonville for 2 years, and then I moved to Lincoln my freshman year of high
school. Because I never had you and Jeff.
Yeah.
I started in 5th grade. When I was like a kid, 5th grade was the first year we could play in pads. So I think now they start real little, like kindergarten. So, but yeah, 5th grade was when I started.
Did you ever cry when you were in 5th grade? Somebody knock you down? Did you cry?
I don't know. I don't remember 5th grade.
Oh, you know he cried. You know he cried.
He did not cry.
I doubt it, but who knows?
He doubts it. Think you ever made anybody else cry?
Maybe. I
don't know. Wasn't Tank kind of like a Christian Okoye when he was playing?
People never watched Christian Okoye.
People just falling around his legs as he's running.
Get up-to-date players. Nobody knows who.
We're completely.
You guys are showing your age, man.
We do there.
So let's talk about a high school memory. What's some of your best times of high school? What's the best games you had? Remember?
Oh wow. Well, senior year was obviously the best because it's senior year. I think my favorite game was Springfield High when we beat them. What was it, 28-21? Yeah, that was the best game. Just because it was homecoming and Springfield High, no one likes them ever. So I didn't think the kids at Springfield High like being at Springfield High. But,
I know they don't like getting beaten by Lincoln.
Oh, no one likes getting beat by Lincoln, ever.
It's embarrassing for those guys. Lincoln come over there and beat them up.
Oh, pretty much.
Yeah, that was probably the same one, the Springfield High game. There's a lot of good memories from that one. We beat a team that nobody thought we were going to beat. They were a playoff team as well. We should have won a couple more games that I wish we could have got back, and then we went to playoffs too. But
we'll blame that on Joe.
Back to coaching. I knew that.
It's all coaching.
Couldn't see his signals on the sideline. That was the problem.
Because he couldn't see him because all the tall football players, Joe's in the back going.
You weren't paying attention to him. You know what I mean? Don't forget to wipe.
Oh, yeah.
What?
We'll talk about that off the air.
Fremont Street.
We're going to break.
And we're back.
Fremont Street. You got to tell these guys certain things so they'll remember certain things.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Bonnets is still the one that I still remember.
Put
your bonnets on.
Put your little bonnets on.
Yeah, that's
like
old
a bunch of
there.
Easter bunnies out there. Well, they want to carry their little Easter baskets around, pick things up on the football field instead of putting them on. So I call them bonnets.
Bonnets.
You know, look who shows up. The man that runs and owns this place. You want?
You guys are set up outside. We want to do your interview out on the outside.
Yeah. Tank said it was too hot out there. Get the whole thing in here. It's hot.
It is hot.
He came prepared, sporting the bandana. So it would have been fine.
So now you guys, you're in your 3rd year of college. The first 2 probably still a little bit of learning experience.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you guys at now? And as far as playing time and, you know?
Well, last year I was moved from defense to offense due to injuries on the O-line. So I got to I played a lot towards the end of the season. That was fun. And right now it's just, with college ball, it's a completely different story compared to high school. In high school, you sort of knew, like, okay, this is where I'm going to be next year. And now it's a completely different story every year. You just have to work hard constantly. So I don't know about Tank, but.
Well, I was still on offense. I haven't got moved. But last year, I missed the first, like, 4 games because I pulled a hammy in training camp, like the second day of training camp. Ironically, my little brother pulled his hammy, like, the next day after I pulled mine in high school. So I pulled mine. I missed the first couple games for the hammy, and then when I got back, they wanted me to take a couple weeks to practice, and then after that, I was back in the starting rotation after that. So then I started the rest of the year.
What do you think the biggest thing was you had to do when you jumped from high school into college?
Tank, you can take this one.
Just probably not having any supervision. You're on your own.
That's about it. It's pretty much
part of the problem.
Pretty much just more responsibility that you have to do. There's nothing like football wasn't necessarily a hard transition. Like it's not like I didn't work hard in high school, so I had to like change my whole mindset. No, it was pretty much a similar mindset to going football. I guess you have to battle for positions more, really. But then once you get your position, then pretty much you just have to make sure nobody can come take your position, which for me, that's not hard. Like, it's going to be kind of difficult to come take it once I have it, to be honest.
Because if you do, I'm coming after you.
Yeah, it's not. Once you get the position, it's not that bad. But, yeah, the biggest transition from high school to college, I believe, is just the responsibility that you have because you're living on your own away from your parents' house, and that's about it.
Those coaches pushing you for your grades?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about that either, so it's okay.
Yep. What's your answer on that, Riley Reid?
I don't want to go to class sometimes, but you got to. I mean, the coaches, they'll sit there and for some of the students that have problems, they'll actually walk you to class, but I didn't have that, so.
Was it intimidating when you stepped in there, though? Because you guys, I mean, there's some kids that are fifth-year seniors, and you guys are going there as little freshmen. That's, there's a big difference
definitely.
there.
Yeah, there's some big guys, but then once you get on the field, there's a different story. Like, they're big, but some of them were good, some of them weren't, and then when you get on the field, you're like, all right, they're not really that big anymore. We all have pads on now. They're pretty much the same size. I'm also at Division III, so it's not like a huge jump up from high school. So it wasn't that bad at all.
Yeah, once you get there, you realize that there are going to be bigger kids than you are and stronger and faster. But, I mean, playing against those kids makes you a better player. I mean, so
absolutely.
Yeah, so when I actually, after that first year especially, you really start to notice, like, wow, I can actually compete with these guys, and I can get a starting role and stuff like that. So.
Did you guys play against each other? Quincy play?
No. He's Division II. I'm Division.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember that coach's name, but I went to a clinic and saw your line coach.
Oh, Gary Bass?
Yes.
Gare Bear.
And he gave me a big compliment about you. He said when they first brought you in, he said he wasn't sure. This, that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but he said but he said that you did work and had worked hard and became meaner and learned what you were doing and had really been an asset to the team.
Well, I had to learn that going up through high school, having to deal with you, so I had to become meaner. So you stopped beating on me all the time.
I'm a pretty mean guy. I'll tell you that. Right, Tank?
No.
You didn't have to deal with him every day, though. I did.
Yeah. I had the big sexy every day.
Yeah, no, you were not a mean guy.
You don't even look
tough guy, though.
Not at all.
What about physically? Were you guys ready physically?
No, not at all.
The strength wasn't there, was it?
No.
Well, like I said, I was Division III, so I got there. I was probably like, top 10, like over varsity and JV, like as far as like strength-wise already when I got there. So it wasn't too bad when I got there. But like I said, I'm Division III, he's Division II, so it's another step up from that. But nah, physically I was fine.
I bet you had a medium T-shirt on too when you went over.
So is there anything that you guys would tell like younger kids, maybe freshmen, sophomore, or even younger? Was there anything you would tell them to do different that you wish you would have done?
I don't know. I mean, just work hard.
Not now.
Yeah.
work hard and don't take years off.
Yeah.
Like,
years.
Like in high school, sophomore, junior, and senior year were fine. Junior year was a little iffy because I was coming off an injury, but that was fine. I still worked hard. My freshman year, I was extremely lazy in just everything I did. I was so lazy. I was lazy in basketball. I was lazy in football. I was lazy in track. I was just super lazy. So
I kind of saw that your 8th grader.
I didn't want to say anything, but
I was a little lazy.
Since you brought it up,
well, his lazy is still above some people at the 100%. So when he's telling you that he's being lazy, that's saying something. But so don't be lazy.
That's right.
How about as far as weight room? Those kids really need to hit the weight room.
Definitely.
Just take it seriously. Like some people go in there and they don't take it seriously.
They just look at the weights.
Yeah, they just go through the motions and
curls for girls.
Curls for girls.
That's it. Make sure you do relevant lifts, like you just said. Like curls are not very relevant to sports.
Have you had to do that?
There's never a time where I'm on the field and I have to literally curl a guy up. So just make sure you do relevant lifts that are actually going to help you, and just take it as serious as possible. Don't skip days either. That is annoying when people skip workout days.
Well, these days kids want to sit in the basement and play Xbox all day.
See that?
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I have Xbox too, but it literally only takes if I go to the gym, it'll take me an hour and a half of my day to go work out. So it's not too bad. Maybe if I have extra running or something to do, it'll be about 2 hours if I go do my running. So most of the time I do my running and my lifting at different times. So my workout will probably take hour and a half-ish in there. So it's not too bad out every day. Day's about 10, 11 hours, something like that. About 10 hours by the time you wake up and go throughout your day of you actually being awake. I have work, so I cancel that out. So I guess these young kids might not work.
You're working and working out, so you can get it done.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
I would tell kids today to play as many sports as possible because the whole specialization in one sport is really bothering me. The whole level playing field is gone. There's either kids that are really good at a sport or there are kids that are really bad at a sport. We need to get better because
the kids that are really bad at a sport, they're probably going to be bad at the other sports too. Is that what you're saying?
No, but here's the thing, because I wrestled and I played football in high school. And when I first started wrestling, I didn't want to do it. But after talking with the coaches and stuff, they said it'll help you with football, and it really did. It makes you looser in the hips and concepts like that. Just playing different sports will help you in all of them.
Oh, absolutely.
At least just to try them, so you know, if you like that sport. You don't have to continue. We're not saying play that sport your entire life.
No.
Play 3 sports all through high school. That's not for everybody. So just my freshman year, I played 3 sports: football, basketball, track. Sophomore year, football, wrestling, track. Junior and senior year, toned it down. Just did football and track. So you just got to experiment with all the different sports that you would want to play, and then after you experiment with it, you pick the ones that you would like, if you like any, and then just be involved with something. Just don't. It's frustrating seeing kids that don't do anything. Even if you want to be a manager, if you're not very athletically talented, you're not gifted, then just be involved with some program that will help out the schools. Just be involved, even if you don't want to participate. There's different ways where you can be in a sport, be involved without actually participating.
Good point, Tank. Nice job.
Tank, I've had them on more often.
Yeah. Philosopher, that was good, Tank.
It was.
You want to jump in there? I thought I saw you.
I thought he did good.
Yeah,
that was great.
I thought I saw you wasn't it was it the freshman year after you came back? I saw you over at the track running. You said, "Wish I would have ran more."
Definitely, yeah. High school, I never wanted to run. No one likes to run.
No,
except for kids that are in cross country, but they're crazy. So
yeah, they're a little different.
Yeah, those little skinny kids, they like to run.
They love to run. Yeah.
because they're good at it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We all like to do things we're
Joe
good at.
likes to run to the fridge. That's about it.
Not like to run.
That's a brisk walk.
Yeah.
So you work anywhere this summer?
Yeah, I work out at Lincoln Park District on the grounds crew.
You want to tell us a little bit about that? How's that going?
That's awesome. I mean, I get to mow and weed eat and hang out with kids I was with in high school. Jason Shealy and Cole Namberg, stuff like that.
Well, there you go. There's some mowing done. Make a little money. Have a little fun.
Yep, just a little money, though. Just a little bit.
So you're not a lifeguard?
No, I will not be a lifeguard. No one wants to see me with my shirt off out in the sun all day.
Tank, you have a summer job?
Yes, I work for the city street department for the summer. It's a really good summer job. It's not extremely difficult, but it's not like, I don't know, it's just a good summer job to have.
I just see you flying around in that truck all the time. You just gotta slow that down some.
There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done, especially with all the rain and stuff. It was definitely good job security with that, because there's a lot of stuff we had to do because it just kept raining, and so we had to go clean out the catch basins, make sure that their water can drain.
Who's your boss over there, Tank? Is it Walt?
Walt Landers.
There you go. Great Walt Landers.
Great Walt.
Yep.
Walt, if you're listening, you need to work.
Walt's a good boy. He does a lot for these kids around town.
I hear Walt's kind of hard on his employees.
Walt's real hard on the employees, isn't he?
Now you have Walt. Did you have Walt as a football coach?
No, I don't believe so. I think my little brother had him as a coach.
Okay.
But I don't remember, but I don't think I had him as a coach whenever I was coming up.
Yeah.
I was to say he was always involved in wrestling.
Yep. He's coached football for years.
Bit,
He quit doing that, but yeah, he's a heck of a coach.
Yeah, I didn't start wrestling until later. Like, I only did 2 years of wrestling, so I didn't have him as a coach in wrestling.
You guys want to give a shout out to anybody out there? You got any fans listening, you think, today? Girlfriends?
I got my mom, but that's about it.
She's listening, isn't she?
Oh, hopefully. I don't know.
She's probably got breakfast made for you.
No, she doesn't make breakfast.
Okay.
I make the breakfast in the house.
All right. Thank you. You got a whole bunch
of
listeners out there.
You got a whole family out there.
I mean, nobody's listening. Shout out to America.
With that bandana on.
Well, they're not listening either, so.
Shout out to everybody.
They're listening. This is on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
You guys can tune in later on. Look at yourselves on TV.
Oh, I will. I better look good.
Oh, you do. That's for sure.
He did his hair all up. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll have to get a hold of you guys during the season, maybe some point in time when you're back. Have you pop on again. Tell us a bit about what's going on. How you doing?
All right, guys. Thanks for coming in today. That's Tank and the Big Sexy here with us today. And good luck, guys, and we'll keep track of you down the road.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, let's take a commercial break. We'll come back. We'll talk. We'll talk some ESPYs. Are we getting Chris on? Is he wanting to come on today? Oh
yeah.
Okay, we'll get the head honcho here at Graue Chevrolet.
Come see Todd Cece today. He's got a beautiful pink shirt on, and he's got him priced to move.
And stay tuned. You're in the Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM.
Tell you what, that's fun.
Don't ever dance like that again. That freaks me out.
You're freaking me out.
Pack it up, pack it in. Let me begin.
I cannot believe you know the words to that song. I'm embarrassed for the whole radio station now.
The entire song, yeah.
If you don't know the words.
Well, he's a little older.
Yeah, that's true.
Who listens to that? What were you clubbing back then?
I was in college.
I was in high school.
No. Wow.
I was in grade school.
No, you were probably
10 years ago. You just started your internship there.
Collecting Social Security.
You guys were out clubbing?
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
Absolutely. Welcome back to the Cheap Seats, 96.3 FM. Streaming live, WLCNonline.com. Our girls volleyball team, they'll be in the Ozarks next week at Osage Beach. They're in a 20 to 25 team from the Midwest there. They're going to compete. It's a camp. They're going to compete. They have a 2-day, all-day tournament. The seniors will be trying to win their third title for their division. They won it their freshman year and sophomore year. Looks like they had a little down year their junior year. So down in the Ozarks for a volleyball camp / tournament. That sounds fun.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Maybe go do some boating.
I think it's no wake right now in the old Ozarks.
Because of the water?
Because of the water level, yeah. You get caught making wakes, you're big fines on that.
And the whole lake?
Yeah, the entire lake.
I think so. That's right. Yeah. I read about it somewhere.
I got many friends heading that direction for a little summer vacation.
Boy, if you got a big old boat, that's trouble.
What's that? What's that mean?
Yes, we might be.
Josh Comnick, no, we are not in Madison, Wisconsin. Should we be? Not too sure he sent the text to the right people. No, we are at Graue Chevrolet.
Thank you,
Lincoln,
Mr. Comnick, for
thanks for checking in with us. You can call if you like.
No.
But, yeah, so the girls volleyball team, good luck to them down there. Sounds like a fun. And if you're on a boat, no wake.
No wake.
And what does no wake mean, Jake?
No wakey.
No wakey.
No. It's all about the motion in the ocean.
Some JFL news for you to pass along. Practice will be starting July 27th, which is right around the corner at 5:30. You can also sign up here at Graue this week. And Steve Ferris over with the youth football, they want to give a big thanks to Graue for doing all their sign-ups. It's easy to come in here, sign up, and get your kids signed up to play some football because football starts and it's 110 degrees out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it may as well get hot. Or it may as well rain when the fair gets here. So you missed that. Comnick's funny.
Boy.
Jump around.
Oh, no. We're just jumping around here at Graue.
We're a little slow on here, Josh.
Yeah, you got to be to the point. So let's see what else. High school football news. Got some 7-on-7s going on. You probably don't know a whole lot.
I just came back, but we had camp all week this week. We're taking tomorrow off. I believe we're having a youth football coaching clinic tomorrow at some point in time. And then the rest of that stuff I'm going to leave. You got to visit Coach Bass. He'll get on the website and tell you stuff if you want to find out information. I don't want to tell you something wrong because it all changes.
Does change.
And I'm not in charge.
No, you're not.
That's right. So I don't want to say something that's wrong. So check the website, Railer football website.
He does a good job updating his Facebook for that as well.
Yeah, he'll send out We Are Railer Nation or something like that. He'll update you. So, all right. So that segment's done since you had no information for us. Don't know why I bothered typing it. It took me longer to type that than we talked about it. Did you guys watch the ESPYs the other night?
It had to take you forever to type this. Did you type this?
It did. I was just saying.
I am a fast typer.
With one finger.
One finger. No, I'm pretty good. They jump around to start the fourth quarter in football.
Yes.
Oh, okay then.
We were all lost there, Josh.
Yes.
I'm slow, and I'm with two guys that are slower. So
yeah. Some of the ESPY awards that went out the other night. USA Women's Soccer Team, they got the best team overall. Stephen Curry, best male athlete, as well as the best NBA player. Mm-hmm. Peyton Manning, best record-breaking performance. And what record did he break?
Touchdowns.
Wow.
There you go.
Crickets. Derek Jeter, he received the Icon Award, and there's probably no better person to receive that award. Jake, you're looking at me funny. Either that's wrong or
I just hope that report doesn't come out saying he was doing illegal drugs, man.
And that's the thing.
I really do. I'm not a Yankee guy at all, but I really hope it doesn't come out saying he was doing performance-enhancing drugs.
Well, don't you think the majority of them are or not? As we discussed that.
I do.
I do too.
I think a lot of them are looking for the latest and greatest pick-me-up, if you will, whatever's available that maybe will squeak them by.
Absolutely.
Which, what Pete Rose say, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's why he call him Mr. Hustle, because he was always a trying.
It's just one of those things. Yeah, I think a lot of them do push the envelope. I think that's why there's still quite a few organizations, especially their minor league systems, that get penalized almost every year. You'll see, if you watch minor league baseball at all, almost every team has like 2 to 4 players get put on suspension every year.
I was going to say, I bet it's more than 50% do it, and and then the 25% get caught.
I don't know about the major league players that are established now. I think that's why you've seen such a decline, such a healthy decline in home runs, especially after they get over the age of 30. I mean, you see guys that are over 30 now. How many of them are hitting over 40 home runs? There's going to be very, very few. And that's a product of getting older. Your body can't take as many games as they play unless you're doing something to peak your performance at a later date. It can't happen. A body's going to start. It's going to do one thing. You're going to be a late bloomer, so you're not going to start hitting home runs until you're 28 to 35, or you're going to hit them young and you're going to be done around 30. Watch Mike Trout.
Your body's going to break down, and you're going to have something to rebuild those
to regenerate everything.
Tissue. And I don't know.
That's why you look at guys like McGuire, Ricky Henderson. Ricky Henderson was a complete freak of an athlete, and he was on there with Canseco and McGuire. So there questions there. You look at Barry Bonds, what he did. There's a lot of questions.
How about Junior? King Gifford Jr.
He did the thing. His body broke down. Yeah. Especially after he got that big leg injury when he was with Seattle. Basically snapped his leg, crashing into the wall. After that, his numbers declined quite rapidly, really, compared to what he was on, the pace he was on. But he was a young guy that was an absolute freak. He was Mike Trout-esque. He was Mike Trout.
Sure.
Ken Kirby Jr. was Mike Trout.
Did you see Joe Pepitone's little thing, his article he's got out now?
No, I don't think I did.
Said that he loved Wrigley Field because the fans would throw drugs at him and he would hide them in the ivy and then go back and get them after the game. That? Joe Pepitone.
Who's Joe Pepitone?
You know Joe Pepitone?
Apparently not.
He said he loved playing Wrigley Field.
I was just saying, I thought he was a first baseman too. He wasn't. Yeah.
They said that they would throw.
He would make a little lap in between innings.
Obviously,
he said after
was
the
taking
game,
the drugs because he didn't know what position he played.
He was talking about Leo DeRocher caught him one time wandering around there and said, "What are you still doing here?" And he said, I said he's going to get a rub down or something. But really, he was going out to the field to look at the ivy where he hid the drugs that people threw to him. It's an interesting story. It's coming out, I think, in I don't know, ESPN magazine or something's putting it out there.
All right, well, let's move on.
Keeping it classy there, Chicago.
Rob Gronkowski.
You aimed that right at him. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, whatever. Rob Gronkowski received the Best Comeback Athlete Award. And Odell Beckham Jr., you guys remember the catch he made last year? He got the Best Play Award. Ronda Rousey, Best Female Athlete.
Didn't she also win
Best Fighter?
Best Fighter?
Yeah,
over Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And they threw her in a swimsuit and put her on some magazine too, didn't they?
Yeah, she can do her all.
Wow.
And this one here, guys, I don't even understand.
Biceps the size of your leg.
She would punch you.
If we could get her in here, it'd be a nice little thing where she would fight one of you two.
Oh,
in Graue Chevrolet.
Yeah.
She would probably armbar one of us and spin kick the other one. We'd both be laying on the floor crying.
All three of us.
I'm pretty sure I'd walk out here bleeding. And this one here, guys, I don't understand this.
I would run, but I think she'd catch me.
She would
not running anywhere. You're not running out of the parking lot.
We're taking you out on a stretcher. LeBron James received the Best Championship Performance. Really?
I don't know what that means. So
I guess he was the best in the NBA Finals.
He was awfully good in the NBA Finals.
He was good, but he's also the losing side. I'd give that to Stephen Curry as well.
Really? Because he wasn't the best on the team in the championship.
Well, okay, then give it to Iguodala.
Yeah, I mean, or you could go with another sport.
Sure.
Yeah, like give it to
Taves.
Well, speaking of Taves, he's the best NHL athlete, Jonathan Taves. Best NFL player, who do you think that is? Aaron Rodgers.
Patrick Peterson.
Peyton Manning.
Yeah. No, Aaron Rodgers. And best MLB player, obviously, Mike Trout. That wraps up.
Who was the MVP of the Super Bowl? Patriots, right?
Patriots.
I mean, wasn't Brady?
I think it would be Mr. Brady.
Yeah.
Was it Brady?
Was I believe it was.
The cheater let a little air out of the ball.
Deflategate.
Hey,
well, then the MVP should have went to the manager.
Whatever you got to do to get
You're not cheating, you're not trying.
I'm a big Brady fan. Yeah. Big deal. You let a little air out of the ball.
You know what? You win the game. That's what they're going to remember.
That's right.
That's right.
They tried to tarnish him.
I think here in a month we'll have the Cheap Seats Awards. We'll make up our own.
Those should be very interesting.
Will be good.
Are we supposed to wear like black ties for that and everything?
We're going to wear tuxedos.
You don't have to buy a ticket for it. We pay you to come to the event.
Yes. There will be free coffee and donuts.
We'll sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge.
Well, guys, that was a quick show. And that was fun. It's always fun when we have guests to mix it up a little bit. Joe.
And Joe.
Hopefully we'll have some fun guests next week.
Well, I hope you do.
It's hard on the show not to have guests on there.
It is, and it's going to be hard on you too because the next 2 weeks I will not be here. So
this should be a well-oiled machine.
We had some good kids here today.
There should be some chaos the next 2 weeks. Lloyd, you're in charge. Line. So keep these two bozos in line. I better come back, and there still better be a Cheap Seats.
You just tune in, all right, on your little vacation.
I'll win your paycheck for the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then he can do some.
Don't know where you'll to. Yeah, I don't know where you guys will be next week. Mr. Maxwell will let us know. Jim, he doesn't know either. Is it
my office?
It's at Joe's. Okay, you're at Joe's.
Get there early.
Yeah.
Right, Jim?
Get there early. Yeah. There's the music.
Say, accept your award and
queued it up.
Get off the air.
We were going to talk to Mr. Graue, but he's busy today.
They are busy.
Pushing units. Very busy. Scott Renfro's busy in there selling some cars. Some
Top CC doing anything back
He might be playing solitaire. We don't know.
CC's got a customer back here working hard.
Yep. So I'd like to thank Graue for having us, and we'll see you next time. This is Cheap Seats on 96.3 FM.
Good day.